Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
It's gonna be legend. Wait for it. And I hope you're not lactose intolerant because the second half of that word is dairy. No. Legendary.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
You know I'm a degenerate.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Steelers Sanctuary Podcast's legendary NFL picks. As you can see up on the board there, these are our standings. The four of us. I'll tell you what, we were talking about it on the prep before we get on here. All of us being considerably over 500 is quite the accomplishment. I'm bringing up the rear at 71.59. That's still a 546 clip. I'm 6-3 on my locks. Dave's 3-6. Zach's 2-1, and Bob's 7-2. Killing it. First place, 7-2 in locks. Bob's doing a great job there.
And wait until the end of the year to put these up. But the AFC North stand, I keep them separate. Right now, I'm 20-6. Zach's 15-11. You're 14-12, and Dave is picking games.
That's great. Nobody cares.
Dave, you're falling there.
Yeah,
a little bit a rung every week.
Yeah, it's been a rough go the last couple weeks.
All right, let's keep that vibe going so I can pass you this week and get out of the cellar, please. All right, let's get it started, buddies. The Carolina Panthers are getting 13.5 points traveling to the Philadelphia Eagles. Do the Panthers have any shot at all of it, at least covering this game? Dave, go first.
So the Panthers' last 4 games have been decided by 3 points or less against the Bucs, the Chiefs, the Giants, the Saints.
Yeah.
The Eagles get Slay and Devonta Smith back, but no Goddard, and the Panthers get Clowney back. So 13's a lot for me considering the way the Panthers have been playing teams close lately. So I feel like it's a trap. So I'm going to take the points.
You're going to take the points, huh?
I am.
In Philly.
I am.
Bob, what about you?
You know, the Jaguars backdoor covered on them a couple of weeks ago. And look, I don't think the Panthers have any shot to win the game.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, but the Panthers have been playing tough. You know, I just feel like the Eagles kind of learned their lesson with the Jaguars, letting them kind of hang around and slide in. I'm going to take the Eagles in the points. I hate taking this many points, but I'm going to take the Eagles in the points. I just got a feeling the Eagles are going to do pretty well here.
Yeah, piggybacking off what Dave said, the Panthers are 2-2 in their last 4, and they've lost by a total of 6 points in their 2 losses. So what do you got there, Dave? We can't really see it. It's invisible.
Drinking some Willet.
Nice.
Yes.
Eagles have won 8 straight. They can clinch a playoff spot with a win. They're at home. 13.5 is a lot of points. I'm going to take the Panthers. The Eagles win. Panthers cover. All right, that brings us to the Las Vegas Raiders traveling to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Battle of the Pirates, I guess, so this one. Raiders getting 6.5. Bob, you want to start us off first?
This is an interesting one because the Raiders played pretty well last week. But I feel like the Bucs are going to be playing to claim first place outright. And remember, they cannot tie the Falcons then because they got swept. Yep. So I think the Fighting Bakers here are pretty good. Mike Evans, Bucky Irving, Sterling Shepard, all those guys. I feel like they win this one going away in the second half. There's probably about a 10-pointer. So, yeah, I'm taking the Bucs in the points. Or
Dave,
giving the points.
Yep. Dave, what do you got?
Yeah, look, Raiders are on an 8-game losing streak. Traveling cross country, an away game. Baker's good to go. Evans and Irving looks like they're going to play. Yeah, I think the Bucs cover.
Yeah, this one should be easy. The Buccaneers should flatten them. It seems like the Raiders only show up for the Chiefs. They lost by 7 the first time. What was it, 3 this time?
Did we hear some Smooth Jimmy?
No lock of the week. Close. Close. I thought about it, but no. I'll take the Buccaneers. This one should be an easy one. All right, the next one up is the New York Jets traveling to Miami. They're getting 6 points, and the Jets are a freaking train wreck. Dave, you want to go first on this one?
Look, no Sauce Gardner, no Breece Hall, no C.J. Mosley. Simpson's hurt. Vera Tucker's hurt. Moses is out, I believe. Morgan Moses. A ton of Jets are hurt. Miami covers, and this is my Smooth Jimmy lock of the week.
To be
Hold
Smooth
on.
Jimmy's.
There you go.
To be Smooth Jimmy's lock of the week.
Ooh, that's a big lock, all right. But
When I saw that many guys for them that are key players not playing, I was like, man, yeah, it's a wrap.
Yeah, I totally agree. I do think Garrett Wilson is going to have a big game here. Devontae Adams, to a lesser extent, they won't have much choice but to run the ball. I didn't think or throw the ball. I think Braylon Allen's pretty good. I think Miami in a track meet will really go off here because they still do have something to play for. They need a lot of help right now, but if they figure out a way to finish 10-7, I'm not 100% convinced that the Broncos are not going to fall back to at least a tie there. So, yeah, I think Tua gets it done here. Barring an injury to Tua, I feel like this is a pretty comfortable win here.
Okay, I'm officially concerned because this is my
Smooth Jimmy's lock of the week.
ooh, that's a big lock, all right. But
me and Dave both have the same lock. That scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
That scares me a little bit.
Sure, you got time. You got time. to
No,
change it.
I'm sticking with it. Not only is this a lock of the week, but this is Aaron Rodgers' swan song. After he loses to Miami, they probably fucking cut him after this. This team stinks. They're done. The
Well,
Dolphins,
still-
like you. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
they still got a year, though, right? With Rodgers, technically.
Yeah, they've been talking about cutting him for like a week now. So
Oh, it's happened.
if he
Oh,
loses again,
Okay.
they're gonna cut him in season, I think. Good.
Let me ask you a question, though. If they cut him, if you're
No.
Don't say it.
I mean, you really gotta
No.
you really gotta think about it. You do.
No, you don't. No. We have Russell Wilson and Fields. Why the fuck would we add Rodgers? Jesus.
2 years ago, Bob, I would have jumped out of my shoes for this one. I was a big Aaron Rodgers guy, but he's inside his own head now. He can't even. I don't know. He
No.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Talk about some insurance, though. I mean, if nothing else, you keep him. Let's say Lamar goes down, which is possible. I'm not wishing it on him, but he
I am.
has missed the ends of seasons. Let's say I'm Miami, and I got this outside shot. If Tua goes down, I mean,
well,
I almost think you got to.
yeah,
Oh,
one of
yeah.
them. Well, one of them, yes. But
I think you're talking about
no.
the Steelers. He'll
I thought
find
you
he
were
might
talking
get signed
about-
before the season's over. I wouldn't be surprised at that.
I
San Francisco.
technically, I wouldn't mind if the Steelers did it just to keep him away from Baltimore in case
Yeah.
anything happens.
You know, Purdy's banged
Yeah.
up. San Francisco, he could go there. There's a few places.
If he gets cut, that's the team I think would get it, jump all over it.
San
Yeah.
Francisco.
Yeah, there are certain teams.
He's
I
from that
think-
area too, right?
But
He's
not
from the
Steelers.
Bay Area or
Yeah.
something like that. Northern California, anyway.
He's a Cal guy.
Yeah. All right. Next up, the Atlanta Falcons are traveling to Minnesota to play the Vikings. They're getting 6 points. Man, Falcons are struggling. Who wants to go first on this one? Dave, take us out.
The Vikings only have one loss at home, guys. The Falcons are really struggling on offense. They're going against a tough defense, away game for them. So I think the Vikings do cover.
Bob?
It's a Kirk Cousins revenge game, but he has not looked good. I mean,
No.
from what I understand, the drum is starting to beat for Penix.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of screwed with that contract, though. So
Yeah, they are.
I'm sure there's a way out of it, but Kirk Cousins is probably the most genius moneymaker north of Sam Bradford in the history of the NFL.
Yeah, he's north of San Bradford. He's the number one guy.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I mean, and to be honest with you, I mean, unlike Sam Bradford, who got all those guaranteed contracts as the first round draft choice before they went to the cap, Cousins kind of earned it with the Redskins. They playing on those franchise tags and being just good enough each year to be like, okay, well, we got to bring him back, and then go, sign the big deal in Minnesota. I can't see it though. I mean, even though Sam Darnold could have a bad game, I thought the Falcons were playing for their season last week, and they couldn't pull it off. I'm taking the Vikings.
Do you know Kirk Cousins hasn't thrown a touchdown since November 3rd?
Jesus, I did not
That's
know.
crazy.
weird.
I saw that stat today. I'm like, holy shit. Vikings going to dial up all kinds of blitzes. He's going to turn the ball over. We might see Michael Penix in this game before it's all over. I'm taking the Vikings. Vikings have won 5 in a row.
Yeah.
They're on fire.
My only fear here is Sam Darnold going like he did in the Jaguars game where he was just ridiculously awful.
Yeah.
I was going to say the Falcons defense isn't that great, but neither is the Jaguars, right? So that's just came out of nowhere.
Right.
All right, we're all taking the Vikings then. Next up,
Yeah.
the New Orleans Saints are traveling to the New York Giants. They're giving the Giants 5 points. Bob, go first. What do we got?
Giants have, I think I'm right. They're just like Dallas. They haven't won a home game. I thought their best chance to win a game was last week. Malik Neighbors probably is not going to play, although it is still possible. He's not out. He's questionable still, but signs are pointing to him not playing. If he doesn't play, I don't see who Drew Lock throws the ball to. I mean, I like Wan'Dale Robinson. I would love to see the Steelers get him down the road, but I just don't see it. The Saints still kind of are technically alive in that ridiculous division down there. So yeah, I think the Saints at home are way too much.
It's in New York, but
yeah, Saints on the road are way too much for the Giants.
But
No,
Dave.
Yeah, dude, I agree. They got 13 players injured right now for the Saints, or I'm sorry, for the Giants. Malik Neighbors is their playmaker, and they don't even throw him the ball. They wait. They always wait till it's too late. So I was looking at the Saints, and basically on defense, they're pretty healthy. So they're on the third quarterback. The Giants are. That's a lot for them to cover.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the Saints cover 4.5. No problem.
Giants have lost 7 in a row, make it 8 in a row after this week. Saints are going
Yeah.
to put a pasting on them. All right, next up, the Jacksonville Jaguars are traveling to Tennessee. They're getting 3 points on the road. It's Mac Jones versus Will Levis. Who's watching this fucking game?
Yeah, right.
All
Holy
the
shit.
people in Jacksonville because they don't have any choice unless they got the ticket. I would tell you this. I was listening to the Rick Ballou show, which he was real big in Chicago. He's been in Jacksonville now for a few years. And he's a kind of a handicapper guy. He's definitely has a gambling tilt to his show. Mac Jones is 3-14 in his last 17 starts. He is 0-9 against the spread on the road in those 17 starts. So, I mean, the Jaguars showed a lot of heart last week when Azeez Al-Shahir knocked the crap out of Trevor Lawrence. They should shut him down for the year. He's definitely out this week. He's
3
gone
games.
to IR. Yeah,
Yeah, he's on the IR. Yeah, shut him down.
Yeah, I think they got to shut him down at this point. So, I don't love Will Levis and the Titans, but that pass defense is really, really good. So, yeah, +3. And I think Calvin Ridley could have a huge game because he was not happy with how his tenure ended in Jacksonville.
Yeah, true. Dave, what do you got?
No, I'm with them. These division games in the AFC South, I was looking at it, and all of them are close. They're all close.
Yeah.
So I think that -3 for them is perfect. I that's what I see. I foresee the Titans letting them keep it close, and they kick a field goal to win it or more. So yeah,
You
Titans.
take
Cover.
the Titans?
Yeah, Titans cover.
Yeah, when in doubt, bet against Mac Jones. Pure and simple. I'm taking the Titans.
Yeah.
That's all that needs to be said about that lousy game.
In Nashville, too.
Yep. A good game coming up now. The Seattle Seahawks are traveling to Arizona to play the Cardinals. They're giving the Cardinals 3 points. What do you guys think? Oh, no, they get 3 points. My bad. They're getting 3 points. My
Yeah,
mistake.
Cardinals are the favorite.
Yeah, yep.
For me, Metcalf and Walker both did not participate Wednesday in practice. I don't know about Thursday. I haven't seen any more updates as to what's going on with them. They did get Achana Nwasu back, their outside linebacker, which is a boost for their defense. So I don't know if Walker's just getting rest and if Metcalf's just getting rest because that's how it was for Metcalf last week. I was looking at some things, and basically Arizona with Connor, they're ranked like 12th in rushing. And then freaking the Seahawks are the bottom part of the league, bottom 12 in the league and against the rush. So I kind of feel like the Cardinals are going to be able to establish their run game and then throw the ball. So I am going to go ahead and say the Cards cover in this game. Division game, they owe them. This is a big game for the Cardinals. They lost to them 16-6 in Seattle. So I'm going to say the Cards cover.
Bob, what do you think?
I always felt like the Cardinals, they're just this plucky little team with the, Connor and McBride and Murray will occasionally jump out and have a nice game. I think Seattle takes this one on the road, and I think they establish that they are the best team in that division this year. I feel like Kenneth Walker's going to play. He didn't have a great game against Arizona in Seattle. He did kind of turn it with some pass catches, though. I like the idea of this. Trey McBride is probably going to have a very big game for Arizona, but getting 3 points, I feel like it'll be closer than that. If Arizona does win, I think it'll be like a 1 point type of deal. So I'm taking the points in the Seahawks.
I'm taking the Seahawks too. They've won 3 in a row. The Cardinals have lost 2 in a row. There's 2 teams going in opposite directions. I feel like the Seahawks figured something out after their bye, especially on defense. They're playing better. I think they're going to win this game outright. Next up, the Buffalo Bills are traveling to Los Angeles. They're giving 3.5 to the Rams. Bills are a wagon right now. Probably the best team in the AFC. Bob's kick us off. What do you got?
To be Smooth Jimmy's Lock of the Week.
Ooh, that's a big lock, all right. But
A week?
Yeah, the Rams are going in the wrong direction too. I think I don't feel like they will want any part of the Bills' running game, which is really, really strong. I saw that Keon Coleman has a good chance to play this week. I just think they're too much. There's too many weapons. I'm pretty sure Kincaid is going to be back. He's still questionable, but it looks like he's trending to play. Yeah, I mean, the Bills are the best team in the AFC. All due respect to Kansas City and their one loss. I don't see, even though the Rams are at home and they play much better at home, I don't think their defense can do enough against that offense.
Dave, what do you think?
Look, the Bills have scored 30-plus points in 6 straight games. The Rams are 28th against the run. So I think they let Cook go after it, and that sets up Allen to throw deep and have a big game. Also, the Rams are 21st in points given up. They average 24.2 points a game given up to a team scoring 30-plus 6 games in a row. Yeah, I think the Bills will cover here.
Bills have won 7.
I'm sorry, what was that?
6-0, book it.
Bills have won 7 in a row right now. They're red hot.
Yeah.
This is a trap game, though. They have the Lions the week after. Do they kind of travel out west and look past the Rams, thinking about the Lions the following week?
If that's how you feel, go with it.
Sean McVay.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Rams.
Your
I'm going to
boy.
take the Rams.
There you
I'm going
go.
to take the Rams.
There you go.
Trap game.
There you go.
Next up, the Chicago Bears are traveling to San Francisco. They're getting 3.5. I don't know who wins this game. This one's tough. Dave, you want to start us out?
Yeah, look, the Bears are on a 6-game losing streak.
Yeah.
They're 0-5 in away games, but their last 3 games have been decided by 3 points or less, but it's all against divisional opponents.
Yeah.
They might get DJ Moore and Swift back this week. And the 49ers have lost CMC. Mason's not playing. They're on the 3rd-string running back. They've already lost,
Their injury list is horrific.
Yeah, it's
horrific.
bad, dude. They've lost Boza. Now he ain't playing. I don't think Elliott's playing or Fowler for them. I still feel like the 49ers win, but it's going to be by 3 points or less. This is going to be a lot closer than people think. Keenan Allen's been doing way better for the Bears now. And I looked it up, too. The defense for the 49ers is not doing as well as the Bears' defense has been doing lately. So I do think that the Bears give them trouble. I really do.
Bob, you agree?
Yeah, it's weird how much we're all agreeing tonight, but
I'm sorry. I'll take the points if I didn't say it. I'm taking the points.
You're taking the Bears and the points, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears and the points here too because I think this game it falls solely on Brock Purdy. Look, I think that George Kittle will have a nice game. I think they're I think Debo is exposed a little bit here because he's not a. Ayuk was their man beater. He was their big play guy.
Mhm.
Yep.
And Debo is a nice player, and he's one of the guys. I mean, I know we talked about in the preseason. Well, maybe they want Debo. I was like, no, that's not. We don't need Debo. I think they beat him up
He
with
looks
the running
spent.
back.
He looks spent.
Yeah.
He doesn't look like the same guy.
Injuries are catching up, dude. He's injured all the time.
They used him like a running back.
Yeah, they did.
So of course they took a beating, and it's starting to show now.
And there has been talk this week that the Bears are interested in trading for Kyle Shanahan.
I saw that.
What?
So
I would
maybe
do it.
Shanahan's
I would give
going to
them-
scout.
I would give them anything they wanted for Shanahan.
Dave.
Yeah.
5 first-round picks. Do it.
I don't
do
know
it.
about 5, but
The Bears. The Bears have hired such shitty coaches.
And here I thought I'd been drinking too much.
They already have their team in place. They don't. 5 is obviously an exaggeration, but
Yeah.
they have their quarterback. They have their wide receivers. They've got a decent defense. All they need is somebody, a grown-up in that building, to coach the team. That's the only thing they're really missing. So having said that, I'm taking the Bears too. The 49ers are just too beat up. They're just too beat up. I would be surprised if they only won 1 game or 2 games the rest of the season. They're just. How can you survive all these injuries? Both your backs, the left tackle's hurt.
You can't. I mean, you're
Yeah,
seeing
you really
now. I mean,
can't.
even the great Kyle Shanahan with this many injuries can't. You just can't.
Cal
do
Purdy's beat up. I mean, Purdy's beat up.
it. Yeah.
it's his contract year. I'm almost wondering if it's like, you know what? We don't mind that you're not doing as well going into having to negotiate this contract with you.
Do you pay that guy
Yeah.
40-something million a year? I don't. I don't think he's that special. I would let him walk.
I mean, I
wouldn't.
think
40?
the story.
That's what starting quarterbacks.
I know, but I with him, no.
That's the floor
Star
for
quarterbacks.
starting- Yeah, that's the floor for starting quarterbacks.
Yeah.
If you're a star, you're making 50 plus.
Yeah, I'm not paying him.
There's no
He's
way.
not good enough. I'm sorry.
No,
I wouldn't
there's no
do
way.
it.
There's no way.
All right.
I don't know
Go
that
ahead.
they have much choice, though, to be honest with you, because, I mean, otherwise it's go find somebody. And does Shanahan really want to take the risk that whoever they go get or sign? There's going to be names out there. I mean, does he want to take a chance on, Sam Darnold's going to be
I was just
on
going to say
the street.
Sam Darnold. Would you rather have Sam Darnold for 20 or
Is there-
15?
Is there a chance though that he's kind of like, hey, look, I was a 7th-round pick. I never thought I'd be in this situation. I'll take like 25, 30 mil per.
If some other team offers him 40, he'd be like, bye.
Well, if they do
Nice
that,
knowing
he
you
should
guys.
leave. But I'm just saying, like, is there a chance this kid is like, hey, I never thought I'd be in this position, but here I am. I'll take a hometown discount. We'll call it. And I'm just saying, I'm just speculating here. I don't
Vaughn
Vaughn
says
is
they
that-
have to.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they tried Darnold. Well, technically, they didn't try Darnold. I mean, Purdy had the job. Darnold was just his backup. So,
I don't even remember that. I forgot that Darnold was fucking their
Yeah.
backup.
could that be the landing spot for Justin Fields?
I was just going to bring that up, Bobby. Read my mind. They were
Yeah.
they were looking for a mobile quarterback when they drafted what's his name? It didn't work out.
Trey Lance, yeah.
Trey Lance, yeah.
Mhm.
That's the kind of guy they were looking for. I wouldn't be surprised if Justin Fields landed there, honestly.
Could you imagine with the Shanahan's concepts?
Yeah, the
I
run
mean,
concepts with him,
Oh,
that'd be scary.
I'd be
That would be
really
scary.
scary.
that would be like really scary.
Yikes. And then let's not speak it into fruition now. Let's move on.
Yeah.
The Los Angeles Chargers are traveling to Kansas City. Is the Chiefs going to luck out another fucking win? The Chargers are getting 4 points in Kansas City. Dave, kick us off. What do you think?
Chargers are 4-1 in away games, boys. And the Chiefs have won by 3 points or less or lost in their last 4 games.
Yeah,
So
this is what they've been doing.
McConkey hopefully plays for the Chargers. I'm taking the points. I get the Chiefs got Pacheco back, but still, it's not. It's going to take him about 3 games to really get going. So I'm taking the points. I don't trust the Chiefs. They deserve to not be trusted, honestly.
Yeah.
So
100% right.
I think this could be an upset on the horizon here, possibly. I really do.
Bobby, what do you think?
I was all over this game. I flipped a coin between Buffalo and the Chargers for my lock, and Buffalo won. But that doesn't mean the Chargers are going to lose. I really feel like there's going to be some comeuppance for Kansas City.
Yeah.
When they beat them early in the season, they didn't have Herbert. I think they're pissed. I think they're going to go in there and they're going to jump all over him. And this team is too good. They're not going to get away with spotting them 10, 14 points and come back. Kansas City's only chance is to jump way out and maybe makes, the Chargers have to throw the ball a bunch. I don't think they're going to jump way out. I think this is going to be a back and forth, rock 'em, sock 'em type of game. Kansas City's defense is really good. They're going to give the Chargers some problems. But I think ultimately they will pull away because the Chargers defense is definitely the best defense that the Chiefs have seen since probably Buffalo.
Guys, I hate to break it to you, but the Chiefs are going to win this game. Andy Reid is 22-4 after a bye. Now, they're not on a bye, but they've got 10 days because they had a Thursday game to prepare for this game.
So it's a mini bye, you're saying?
Yeah, it's a mini bye. Chiefs are out Friday. I'm sorry, Friday game. Yeah. Chiefs are at home.
Is this where you embarrass us, Dave, with your great insights?
Well, I didn't think anybody caught that. There you go. I didn't get any comments.
Oh, I caught it. Asshole.
Chiefs win at home, not by a lot, but by more than 4 points. I still don't know about that Chargers offense. They're a good team, but it's not a lot of weapons. I'm not really super impressed with their offense.
Well, McConkey is really coming into his own. That's going to be a dangerous cut. Yeah. I think
Johnson drops passes.
Yeah, I think Palmer's pretty good. Yeah. I mean, they're not spectacular at receiver by any means. It might be the only receiving core that's worse than ours.
The loss of Dobbins hurts. I will say that.
Yeah, definitely.
They got Edwards back though, correct?
Yeah, Gus is playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, that was the Sunday night game. Monday Night Football is kind of a clunker. The Cincinnati Bengals are going to Dallas. They're giving the Cowboys 5.5 points. This one, I don't know.
Look, I'll go. I think it's a bad matchup for the Cowboys. A high-powered offense. They don't have a high-powered offense. The Bengals do. So I just and the Cowboys defense has sucked ass. So I just think they're not going to be able to keep up with the Bengals. I think the Bengals are going to put up points, and the Cowboys are not going to be able to keep up. So I'm going Bengals to cover.
Cowboys have burned me 2 weeks in a row, although, they burned everybody with that Commanders game. This is an awful matchup for the Cowboys. I mean, the Commanders could score, but they couldn't score like the Bengals. That's going to be – I think Burrow has to have a get-right game. I've seen all the MVP talk about Burrow. I'm sorry, but, if the guy finishes under 500 or last in the division, he's not the MVP.
He's not getting MVP. Yeah, you're right, Bob.
To me, it's Josh Allen. It's Saquon Barkley. Lamar's in the mix, but I got the same argument for Lamar. If you don't win the division, I don't want to hear your name for MVP. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I'd have Josh Allen 1, and I'd have Joe Burrow 2, and close. To me, it's close. I don't care about the record. It's not his fault that they have the shittiest defense in the history of mankind. I mean, he's slinging it. He's playing probably his best season.
For Offensive Player of the Year, I would agree, but MVP, I don't care if you're slinging it and you're losing every game. Who cares? I mean,
it's not his fault though, boys. His defense stinks. It's really bad.
It's kind of his fault. I mean, he's the quarterback. He's the leader. When they win, we credit the quarterback. When they lose,
the Steeler homered me. Russell Wilson, we're putting up way more points per game than we have in forever. We've scored more points than we have since 2018. We're 9-3 now. I mean,
you posted it to us, right? He's got the second highest yards per game since he started.
Yeah, when I saw that,
crazy.
I was like, Jesus. I was like, really? So
I don't know.
That's just me being a Homer Steeler fan. I don't know if I could.
If he ran the table,
pick him. Yeah, right.
If he ran the table, I would put him in the mix.
If he keeps this up, I could see him being right there. Some mentioned comeback player. I don't know if that counts. Does he count?
You can't do it anymore. You can't. Yeah. They put a rule. You have to be coming off an injury to get that award.
Okay. All right. Well,
but technically, I get it. I'm not saying.
Or you mean before the season starts?
No, you have to have been. You have to have not played, a significant period of time last year because of an injury and come back.
Okay. So it's the
It's
year
the-
prior. Okay.
It's the Joe Flacco rule because he won it over DeMar Hamlin. So they
Yeah,
changed
I
the
saw
rule
it
now.
floated, and I was just like, does he even qualify for that?
No.
So
If he
But-
played more than 11 games, I'd be all about it, and I'd say it's but I think the voters would hold it against him. He only played 11 games. It's not like he came in. I mean, the Steelers were 4-2 with Justin Fields.
what
playing
about a
pretty
deep
well.
playoff run? Like say AFC Championship.
Well, they stopped
game.
the
give them-
voting at the regular season, right?
Yeah, the award's given out before then.
Is it? I forget.
They vote before, at the end of the season before the playoffs start. I don't know if they give it out.
That's
Oh yeah,
right.
they wait till that
Yeah.
weird banquet thing to give it out.
But I'm telling you, if he runs the table and he beats Philly, KC, and Baltimore 3 weeks, in 10 days, and the Steelers win the North going
He's
away,
definitely in the conversation.
he's a
for
candidate
that,
for
right?
sure.
If
Oh,
the Steelers,
Absolutely.
if they get the 1 seed, I'm all about it. I just don't think
Yeah.
I
he's
agree
got
with
a
that.
lot of.
I think Allen's won right now.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, Josh
there's
Allen's
a
the
lot
best
of
player.
national guys who
Yeah.
won't vote for him. They don't like
Yeah.
him.
I'm taking the Bengals as well. I agree with you guys. It's a bad matchup for the Cowboys. He's going to boat race them. They might put a 50 burger in this game. And that brings us to the Cleveland Browns coming to town. Get it? I thought this spread was high, 6.5.
I did too.
I know it's in Pittsburgh, but it's a division game. They lost to them 2 weeks ago. We all made our picks on the last podcast. I did 27-10. Bob, what did you have?
I had Steelers 30-21.
And Dave?
I had 27-21, so it's kind of like shit. The spread's 6.5, so like
Yeah, that's right.
Kinda-
You got to pick the Bengals. The Browns.
that kind of makes it interesting for me.
Now, the caveat to all this is if George Pickens is somehow not playing in this game,
Oh my!
I want to change my pick because there is not one player in the league more important to their team, on their side of the ball anyway,
You know
than
what?
George Pickens is to the Steelers. I'm sorry.
Taking it for the team again this week, like I did last week, because there should be an asterisk next to my record because I did take one for the team last week.
We should.
Yes,
We will put an
agree.
asterisk next
I
time. We will.
am gonna go ahead and take the points. I am gonna take the points and say it will be 6,
Interesting.
just to put
Yep.
a hex on the Browns too while we're at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good choice, Dave.
Yeah,
I
'cause
know.
my record gets affected again, asshole.
Well, it's all a win-win. The
Well, it
Steelers
doesn't
win and you
hurt to-
lose.
Doesn't hurt to lock it a week.
I should have, but no, I need to try to get one lock of the week win here. Jesus.
Well, let me try to influence you a little bit. See if we can get you on the Steelers side here. Steelers is 17 games at home under Mike Tomlin against the Browns. The average score is 27-14. Their
Whew.
last 4, they've only won by less than 7 once, and it was double digits 3 out of 4 times.
Wow.
So
All right.
They're 19-1 in the last 20 at home against the Browns. 19-1.
yeah,
Is
in
that
Pittsburgh.
one the playoff game where we lost?
yep.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. How crazy
Yeah.
is that?
I,
All right.
That's
All right.
I'm
I took the
just thinking about that game
I
makes
took
me
the Browns
sad.
and the points, boys. So
feel free to switch it over to 28-21.
no, I'm gonna stick with it since that's what my score prediction was. It was 6 points.
If Pickens doesn't play, I mean, I still think we win the game,
No
but
way.
it will be a slugfest.
You think we'd
It-
still win if Pickens doesn't play?
Yes.
I don't. I think
Only
this
be-
offense grinds to a complete stop if Pickens isn't in there.
Only
He's
because
got nobody to throw to. Nobody.
That's
But
tough for me.
but the
Number
Browns
one
only
wide
have
receiver.
Judy because Tillman is out. So
Judy put up 242 last week.
Yeah.
No, I
yeah.
You
agree.
guys are insane.
I agree, but I don't think they'll play. I don't think they'll try to play Judy like they played.
No, the Steelers will play him better.
Yeah,
Minka's
like
the goalkeeper back there. He doesn't let anybody score points.
Yeah, Denver
So-
basically told Surtain, go follow him and see what happens. And make no mistake, Jerry Judy wanted that game bad
Yeah.
because
Because
of
the
how it
Broncos
ended
traded
in
him.
Denver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try this bad boy while we're at it. Here, you can't even see it because of the stupid thing. Little Helltown.
Helltown.
Little Chariot. Been wanting to try this bad boy forever.
Von Woodruff said the Browns will move the ball. Yeah, they probably will. Jameis, we talked about Jameis Winston before. He's the most entertaining player in the NFL. Good, bad, and ugly. Like we would say, he'd fit all the categories all in one game.
Well, wait a
He's
minute.
just
More entertaining than Joe Burrow?
entertaining. Yeah, probably. Because you don't know what you're getting with Jameis Winston. It can be a touchdown. It can be a pick six. It can be anything.
It's the
It's not
ultimate.
just
You
that,
don't know
dude.
what you're getting.
You watch him sometimes, and he throws darts like anticipation on time, right on the numbers, and you're like, that guy's a freaking superstar. And then 3 plays later, it's going the other way for a touchdown. You have
There's
no
no-
idea what you're getting from Jameis.
There's
Jameis
nobody
Winston.
else there but the other team, and he throws it there, and you're like,
It's like he went 30-30 one year, 30 touchdowns, 30 interceptions.
yeah, he did.
That's just insane.
I still think I'm so upset we didn't get Bruce Arians and Jameis Winston for that Tom Brady Super Bowl season in Tampa. I mean, I would have been hanging on every game there. That would have been awesome. No risk it, no biscuit, and a guy who's
Oh my
like,
God,
"Yep,
Jameis,
you
yeah.
got it, coach."
He might have gone 40-40, 50-50 that year.
Yeah,
He's just the whole spectrum. Every game, it's unbelievable. And if he could just cut the interceptions down, he'd be a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Well, remember when he came in for Breeze before he had that major injury?
Yeah.
Peyton had cured him of the interceptions. I mean,
Yep.
he had a nice little run going there where I think he had like 14 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, and then when he got hurt, their season kind of fell apart and took him a while to get back. I mean, I root for the guy. He was a first-round pick. He took
He's a fun guy to listen to. He's a
go
fun-
learn from Sean Payton. Yeah.
Easy guy to root for sure. All right, let's do some quick over-unders, Steelers over-unders before we get out of here. The over-under on the game's 43.5. What do we think? I think over, too.
Over. I'm gonna go.
I
Yeah, I think the
hammered
Steelers-
over in this game.
If George Pickens plays, they're going to score some points. The Browns
Yeah.
are going to score points, too. So I think it's a pretty safe over. All right, here's a fun one. If George Pickens plays, under over 1 skirmish in the game, what do we think? One, people's elbow, 1 fight out of the back of the end
Yeah.
zone. What are we
Oh,
thinking
yeah.
for George Pickens?
It's 1 for sure.
He's already talking shit with Newsom. Newsom's
Yeah.
talking shit back.
Tillman's or not Tillman. I'm sorry. Who was it? Newsom
Newsom.
is claiming he messaged him on Twitter. Did you see that?
I saw it. Yeah.
I was
After
like,
they
oh,
asked Pickens about him, and they said, what do you think? What are you gonna do with Newsom? He's like, who's that?
Nobody's ever accused
I love
him-
George.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever accused Pickens of 4D chess, but this could be a 4D chess move where he's baiting him. And now, my hamstring. And, you're going to definitely, do all that and then maybe get Newsom
Let's hope.
for a big penalty early in the game.
I like
Be
it.
like, ha-ha,
Hey, if it's-
sucker.
This strategy, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I'm doing the over, by the way. I think it's at least 2 or 3 dragouts before this game's over. All right. Speaking of under over negative stuff, under over 2 penalties for our buddy JPJ in this game. Mr. Hands, I'm going to call him from this point forward.
Over 2?
Over 2. He had 6 last game. Keep in mind. 4 accepted, 6 called. 2 in 1 play.
God.
2 in 1 play.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over. You're convincing me here.
I'm going over 2.
3's better.
might go
That's
10.
half a 6.
If he's covering Judy, it's going to be like 10.
I don't think he will be, other than if Judy lines up on his side. They're not going to. I don't think they'll have him follow him. I actually think Dante Jackson might be a better matchup against Judy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say he gets right and goes under.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
I hope you're right.
Under over 1.5 interceptions for Jameis Winston.
Oh, over. 1.5.
3 on Monday night.
3 on Monday night, yeah.
You think that might make him more careful this game?
Could. Although Jameis Winston might just not give a fuck and keep talking like he always does.
2 pick 6s.
Yeah. He's praying to God about the pick 6s. He's praying to the Lord.
I'll go under. I'll say he throws 1.
Under.
I'll go under.
I'm going over.
Well, fucking Bob made me think about it. I was like, all right. Yeah, you're right.
I'm going under because he's coming off 3. I think he will be a little more careful with the ball. I think he'll have to eat the ball. I think the Steelers are going to get home in this game where they didn't get home in the snow, and he'll eat the ball. And because of that, they'll only get 1. not because he's playing any better. I just don't think he'll get the opportunity to throw it downfield as much.
Good point, Bob. All right, speaking of that, who has more sacks, TJ Watt or Myles Garrett? Last time Garrett beat him 3-0.
I'll say Watt this time because I think we're going to actually neutralize.
Watt looks like he's heating up a little bit. Had a good game last game.
Yeah. I think we're going to neutralize this time Myles Garrett. Or hopefully they do something about it.
I don't know about neutralize, but they'll slow him down a little
Well, I mean, I think they're going to actually put 2 guys on him.
bit. You would hope. And they'll make more of an effort. I saw some of those, like Pat Fryermuth, like tapped him on the shoulder as he ran by.
I'm sorry, that was pathetic. Like, what the fuck was that? Like, I saw that and I'm like, dude, what did you think that was going to do?
Muth is not a blocker.
Let's let Pickens chip him and see what happens.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right.
WWE right there on the field.
Chronic, baby. Go get him.
There you go. The secret weapon. The Great White Hope.
For the graybeards in the audience, I'm going to use my Joker's Wild here. I'd like to go off the board here.
Okay, go ahead.
And say I think Nick Herbig gets more sacks than both of them.
Oh, here we go. Hall of Fame Herbig hype. Hall of Fame Herbig hype is off the rails now. We all saw the Hard Knocks, and we're all like,
Alex could go off here too.
I was thinking Alex Highsmith actually. I really
Alex, fresh, rested. Yeah, my man might cook.
I want to be careful with that ankle though, because they're undefeated with him.
True.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
yeah, I'd play him spotty in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going over, by the way. I mean, I'm going TJ. I think TJ is heating up just at the right time, too. Over under on snaps for Justin Fields. I set it at 5.
Oh, under.
You think less than 5? I think it's going to go over. I think they get. I read somewhere where they said they meant to use him more. They just didn't get a chance to in the last game.
But see,
I think you might see a little more.
See, but that they tried this constant with him, a ton of snaps with him against the Browns, and it did not work. It went bad.
I think he got 9 snaps against the Browns last time.
Yeah, I think they're not going to do that this time because it just didn't go well the first time they tried with the Browns.
That never stopped Mike Tomlin before. If he thinks he's right.
Well, I'd also say that if it wasn't for that big Fields run, we don't get back in that game.
Yeah,
that's true. You're not wrong. That's true.
So I'm going to say if Pickens plays 1,000,000%, it's under. If Pickens doesn't play 1,000,000%,
oh, it's 1,000,000%.
Yeah, I was going to say, if Pickens doesn't play, you're right, Bob. But it's different there.
Play the man at wide receiver a couple snaps. Who's the one that said that? Some Steelers guy said that they should be playing Fields at wide. Ben. Right.
I love Ben, but I don't agree with that. I mean, it's purely a decoy, and if you throw him the ball out there, I mean, yes,
wide receiver screen slant.
You read my mind.
Tough,
I was like, are they going to do a screen? Is that what they're going to do with him?
Get him one-on-one with a cornerback. Let him go.
Biggie's tough. I just don't think you want to risk it unless you got it in your head. Look, Russell Wilson's our guy. We don't really care what happens.
I think he gets like 4 snaps, a couple in the red zone, 1 to secure a first down, or 1 to secure the win. That's what I see.
All right, who has more passing yards, Russell Wilson or Jameis Winston in this game?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna say Winston.
I'm gonna say Russ.
Yeah, look at
Russ
you.
is gonna cook in this game.
I'm
very optimistic in this game.
Stiller quarterback. All right.
I am.
I feel like Russ is going to have the better game,
right?
But I think, my 30-21, I think is more like a 30-14 going into the fourth quarter, and he has a big fourth quarter. Steelers kind of go into that prevent that they do.
Yep.
So I'm going to take Jameis, but it's close. But if you ask me touchdown passes, I'd say Russell Wilson. But for yards, I'm going to say Jameis gets some garbage time yards.
Yeah, disclaimer, I'm picking Russ if Pickens is playing. If not,
yeah, absolutely. They're saying, so I don't know if you noticed, but Kaboli and Alan Saunders, they're kind of like hinting that, hey, we can't use the probable label for George Pickens. So I think they're trying to hint he's going to play.
Yeah,
they just
if it's hamstrings are weird. He could be fine one day and then all of a sudden, move the wrong way and miss the game. It's a little scary.
Yeah.
I thought Pony brought up a good point on the PM team this afternoon.
What? Pony brought up a good point.
Yeah, Pony brought up a good point.
Everybody drink.
He pointed out that, all week long we don't hear boo about a hamstring. Hathorn's at practice, Gaboli's there. I mean, all these guys, nobody's saying, hey, he's gimpy or something's going on. All of a sudden, social media breaks out. He's getting back and forth with Newsom, and now all of a sudden at 4:00, oh, my hamstring hurts. There was
Maybe
kind
they
of
are playing some games. We'll see.
There's kind of a little conspiracy theory. Is this the way they can sit him out without letting everybody know they sat him out, which I think would be a monumental mistake?
Oh yeah, if that's what they're doing, that would be
right.
Not good.
And he doesn't show up on Hard Knocks.
They made their bet with George Pickens. They have to play him. If he can at all move, they need him. They have to play him.
Yeah.
Although, if he really is hurt,
that's one. Yeah, it's different. If he's hurt, that's one thing. But if you can't discipline this kid. You can't keep him out. Maybe make him miss a series, but you can't sit him a game.
Yeah. You don't want to turn. And if he is gimpy, you don't want to blow it on the Browns game.
Exactly. All right, a couple more before we get out of here. Jerry Judy's red hot, under over 100 yards. His last 3 games, 235, 85, and 142. That man's on fire.
He'll have over 100.
I agree, over 100, because Jameis is going to figure out a way to get him the ball. They don't have anybody else. Njoku he's almost overpaid at this point because he's dropping as many passes as he's catching.
Yeah.
He caught 2 touchdowns, but he dropped a couple of balls. I like him. I actually think he's a good player, but he is not playing. He's not having a good year.
I'm going to go under. I think the Steelers do everything they can, focus all their energy and resources on him. Somebody else will go off that we're not thinking of for 75 or 80 yards, but I think they keep him pretty much bottled up.
Well, they're going to play zone, and it's just
and Mink over the top.
How much they're going to play soft zone is the thing.
Yeah. That's when you get screens to Chubb, and that's when it really starts to kill you.
3rd and 21s to T.
Yeah.
Yep.
God, I was at that play.
I couldn't believe they let them convert that play. God,
they're good for that like 3 times a year. It just drives me nuts. I don't understand. All right, last one. The Steelers version of Where's Waldo. Under over Mike Williams targets. I'm setting it at 2 for this game. He's got 2 total since he joined the Steelers, by the way. PFF said he had 17 snaps last week. I don't know how the fuck they got that number. I didn't see him 17 times.
He did. When Austin got hurt, he was actually coming in the game a lot. If it wasn't him, then it was Skoranek and Pruitt. But he was in the slot and didn't do a fucking thing.
That's 17 of the quietest snaps I've ever seen in my life because I didn't even notice him.
Yeah. So I can buy it because I did see him. His number is 18, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I remember seeing him a few times.
Okay.
Too.
I just want to make sure that But he was out there. He just didn't do shit. So that dude, and look, that guy might be washed. It might be a wrap for him, honestly.
Yeah. It's possible. Yeah, I was looking at his snaps. He's had a decent amount, not crazy, but he's been in the teens every game. It's just they don't throw the ball to him, or he's not open, or
he's not open, dude. He's not open.
If playing him in the slot is, you almost can guarantee if he lines up in the slot, they ain't throwing him the ball.
I was
That's
about
not
to
his
say,
position.
I was about to say, Bob. I think, same thing. In the slot, no.
Why play him in the slot? What sense does that
either
make?
one to block or be a decoy, right? I mean, that's
I guess because that's the way it's kind of turning out.
Maybe with the way the wide receivers are right now, it's Pickens, it's Austin, Skoranek for blocking, and occasionally we'll throw him the ball. And Mike Williams only comes in if Calvin Austin gets hurt.
Right. I think that's what it is for the rest of the season. I don't think. I don't see any other result unless somebody gets hurt, like you said. Van Jefferson goes down, or Calvin Austin gets another concussion.
Now that being said, I would like to see maybe not the Eagles game, really not the Chiefs game. The Ravens game, I would like to see, because they have a tendency to play one-on-one, and they shadowed Pickens. They did a pretty decent job last time they played him. Put Williams on that other side one-on-one against the rookie, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're whistling past the graveyard. I don't think he's got anything left. He made that one miraculous catch I think that's going to be his highlight for the year.
Well, Mueller was talking about, I guess him and I forget who it is he has the bet with. It's a heads-up bet that who has more catches, Mike Williams or Deontay Johnson. And he's like, I'm looking pretty good. If I can just get him another catch, I'm golden, because Johnson might end up with more suspensions than catches in Baltimore.
Yeah, no doubt.
The only reason he's still in Baltimore is they don't want him to go to Kansas City or Pittsburgh. They're afraid. It's kind of the James Harrison thing. Well, the Steelers didn't want to cut him because they knew he'd end up in New England, and eventually he did.
No, Dave, that's what I said last night on the pod. Like when we were doing it last night, I said the same thing. I was like, they don't want to see him also go to the Bills. Could you imagine the Bills with
That too. I didn't even think of the Bills. Yeah.
Cooper and Cook and Kincaid and who's their Coleman, I think is the other one. Oh, Shakir. Dude, you put him with that crew. Whew, it's rough.
I brought up what Florio said last night on the podcast. There's a different reason from a Baltimore perspective. If Deontay Johnson, because this is the last year of his contract, if he walks, and he is going to walk because Baltimore don't want him back, they get a compensatory draft pick. There is no way.
That's another point too. Yep.
They're not. Baltimore hoards compensatory compensatory draft picks.
They do.
They're good at that. They're very good at that.
Yep. All right, guys, that's all I got. Unless you got anything else before we get out of here.
Nope.
I can't wait to see the Steelers, and let's hope that George Pickens is just
playing games.
Yeah.
Playing games and saying, ooh, my leg. Although, honestly, though, the Steelers have gotten away with faking the injury report all freaking year. So, I don't think Tomlin would do it intentionally, but if it's, George, hey, you pulled up a little bit. Yeah, I didn't feel like running the route. Oh, no, it's your hamstring. Your hamstring hurts.
One last thing. Do we see Roman Wilson at all this season?
No.
Is he on the IR still, or is he off the IR?
He ain't off the IR.
I don't think he's off the IR. That being said, I want to see if Corey Trice sees the field tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. That's good. Another Corey Trice is off the IR.
They activated him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. He'll play. I don't know how much he'll play, but the question is, how long will he play before he's back on the IR again?
The
guy's brittle, man.
I'm almost wondering if that's hey, we've seen Sutton, we've seen Bishop. Trice is healthy. Let's see him.
Yeah, I meant to bring that up yesterday, Bob. I wondered in Dime if he takes over for Beanie Bishop.
Yeah.
It's possible.
I wondered.
Possible.
To be honest.
Well, they've said it's going to be matchup reliant. I almost feel like Beanie's a better matchup against Elijah Moore. I mean, I like Trice out there. I'm okay if they do that. I don't think Cam Sutton is a good matchup in the Cleveland game. So I expect to see more Beanie Bishop this week. And then in 2 weeks when we go to Philly, we'll probably see a lot more.
I don't want Beanie on like big dudes, guys that are much bigger than him, can bully him. I don't want that matchup. That's why I want Corey Trice out there.
I feel like Cam Sutton is like Tomlin's security blanket. He's a veteran. He's not going to make mistakes. So you're going to see a lot of him in every game, even if he plays bad. He's solid. He's not going to fuck
wife
up.
Doesn't run on the field, he'll probably be okay. Yes, I said it.
We don't want him to go Andre the Giant on her and
oh man. Oh my God. On that note, we're getting the hell out of here before we get in trouble. Thanks everybody for the comments and following us. Make sure you hit that follow button and subscribe to our podcast, our YouTube channel. We've been making really good strides on YouTube. We appreciate everybody with the comments and stuff. Until next time, thanks for listening to the Steelers Sanctuary Podcast.
That's it. What the fuck are you talking about? That's it. Take it down, Danny.
No more. No.